out there, my name is Caitt and welcome back to my channel. May is Mental Health Awareness Month and my most popular video on this channel is my anxiety kit video, which has over 78,000 views on it. I'm going to be watching and reacting other people's anxiety kit videos to see if we have any similar items and to get more ideas from my anxiety kit. And of course I will be linking the videos and the channels down below in the description. So the first video is called What's in My Anxiety Survival Kit? Ideas and Tips for Managing Anxiety from Growing with Sophie.
My hair looks like it's from the 80s, but we're just gonna go with it. Hi everyone, welcome
Looks
back
good,
or welcome
though.
to my channel. My name is Sophie and today I'll be sharing with you what I keep inside of my anxiety survival kit. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder at age 12 and I've grown up in a household of therapists. Both of my parents are therapists and work at a private practice, and I've kind of just grown up always knowing and hearing about anxiety, mental health, and all of that type of stuff. I'm also starting grad school in the fall to become a therapist myself, so this is something that I am very passionate about and I want to spend my life helping people to better themselves and their lives. Everyone's experience and needs with anxiety or panic attacks is completely different, but these are just things that have helped me to naturally calm down when I'm starting to feel a little bit panicky. So the first thing that I have in my box that I actually made for myself is a little list of triggers for my anxiety. And this might sound really silly or unnecessary, but for me it is really helpful to be able to identify exactly what is causing these feelings in me. And you know, sometimes it feels like there's absolutely no reason that you're having an anxiety attack. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. And those can be the scariest ones. I've definitely had that happen to me before. But I think usually, for me at least, my anxiety is because of something. I also have this little journal in my box and a pen. And a journal can be a really great tool if you need to just write out all of those thoughts that you're having. Just get it all out on paper.
I am more of a talking person or like talking in my head or talking out loud than a writing person, but both are good ways to kind of get your thoughts out there, whether you're writing or if you are speaking, like I do with my anxiety talks.
One of the things that I have in here that is probably one of the most beneficial things for me is this ice pack. I think it is super nice to have like a cold towel on the back of my neck.
That's a really good idea. My ice packs that I have right now are in the freezer, so they would melt very quickly if I were to try to carry them around.
This is one that you don't have to keep in the fridge. It says to pop the inner bag and shake it and then it turns cold. So I also have a pack of Altoid mints in here. These are a really, really strong mint flavor.
I have these are like Cracker Barrel peppermint mints, and they're just very tiny mints, so if I just need something small. And then these are Breath Savers peppermint mints, or original, and they're a little bigger and more mintier.
In terms of sense of smell and aromatherapy, I have two different essential oils.
Me too.
Here. These are my favorite oils of all time for de-stressing and relaxing. The first one is appropriately titled Stress Away, and the second one is just a lavender oil. What I love about the Stress Away oil that I have is that it is in a roller ball form.
I also have peppermint.
So I can just roll this on my wrists or my neck.
For cooling,
and it
too.
keeps that scent on me for a really long time. The Stress Away oil is a mix of balsam oil, lime oil, cedar wood, vanilla, and lavender oil. So a bunch of really nice fresh scents. I also have this little spray bottle of rose water, and I picked up a large version of this at Whole Foods and then just put it in this smaller bottle for on-the-go type of stuff. This is another aromatherapy method that I like to use if I'm feeling stressed. I just spray this a little bit on my face or my pillow or my blanket, and the cool sensation of the mist of course calms me down, cools my body down, and it also provides those aromatherapy benefits as well. Of course, I think this is a pretty obvious thing, but I have a little stress ball in here. If you're feeling fidgety or anxious, it can be really nice to have like
I play with my
stress ball
rings.
or a fidget spinner. I remember those were huge like a while ago.
This next video is called My Anxiety Toolkit Self-Care Sundays from the channel All About the Skin Love.
Hi guys, and welcome back to today's self-care Sunday video. So for today's video I thought I would share with you the things I carry around as an anxiety toolkit. So the first thing is this little bag which I always have in my handbag. So the first thing in it is an inhaler because I am asthmatic, so when I get a panic attack and I find my breathing really difficult, it affects my asthma, so I always carry my inhaler just because it helps to regulate my breathing back to normal. The next thing I carry is strepsils because having anxiety, for me it really affects my throat. My throat closes up, it gets really dry and really itchy.
Like a cough drop.
It just feels like I can't breathe through my throat. So lozenges always really help just to focus on the sucking of the lozenge, and it
Mine are
just helps
Luden's
to moisturise
cherry.
my throat again and just make my throat hurt less. So yeah. The next thing I always carry with me is some calm to relax a little bit if I'm really, really tense, or if I'm getting myself really, really worked up. It just helps me to just calm down a little bit. So the next thing in this little pouch is some rescue recipe. Now I use the chewing gum. Personally, it's just my favourite thing from the range and it just helps me the most. I find chewing gum is a really good distraction technique for me.
So I have these, which are Trident, the original peppermint flavor. And then I got a lot of comments on my anxiety kit video saying to try, because this has aspartame in it, which can make your anxiety worse. I got a lot of comments saying to try to find a gum without aspartame, which I did. This is pure gum.
To be honest, half the time I don't even use it, it's just knowing I've got it with me if I need it. Next thing in here is some essential oil. Now the one I use is the lavender one, or lavender oil. I use this at night in my diffuser, so it reminds me of my calmness when I'm doing my daily calm, some meditation or some yoga. So yeah, that really helps. Next thing I always keep is some headphones because I like to listen to music to calm me down, and I just find once I put my headphones in, put my music up full blast, and it just helps me to really zone out.
I use my phone for music, definitely. I said my safe song, well, I guess my safe artist is Troye Sivan, and safe song is Blue by Troy and Alex Hope on the Blue Neighborhood album. Honestly, I think I reached a point where I don't carry the headphones with me anymore. I just play the music out loud. It might be on like 1 or 2 volume and I'll just put it next to my ear.
Use these to use the Calm app when I'm out and about, which I will show you guys now. So the Calm app
I use Breathe.
just this app right here. Next thing I always carry is a bottle of water in my handbag, in my car, everywhere I go basically, just because it really helps me.
I also carry water with me everywhere I go. I try to test myself honestly by not having it in my hand or right next to me at all times, kind of like walking away from it.
I just have a bit of water and it just helps calm me down a little bit. The next thing I always carry is some hydrating face mist. This is just the vitamin E one, just because the cool sensation when you spray it on your face just seems to calm me down, and again it smells really nice, so it really helps just to bring me back to that. The next thing I always carry is a mixture of deodorant because this is the only deodorant I can use. I always carry this around with me because when I'm anxious or having a panic attack I get really, really hot and sweaty, and there's nothing worse than being sat there and you can feel your pits sweating, so I always carry this. And then the last 2 things are, I always carry a book around with me, and the books I tend to carry around with me are anxiety related books, as I just feel like that way they're more calming and I can get lost in the story. The last thing is a colouring book and some crayons, because I find colouring's really good for mindfulness, and mindfulness is something I like to incorporate into every day, just because when I have a panic attack I can use mindfulness as a distraction technique.
Like I said before, I will leave Sophie and Tasha's channel links and those videos linked in the description below. Definitely go check out their channels. Thank you guys for making those videos and making people with anxiety feel less alone. I feel like that's a common theme in all of our videos. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel as well as theirs, to be notified whenever I upload, and I will see you in 2 weeks with another new video. Bye!